Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So last Saturday, the 4th episode of Season 1, aka Series 14, aired. And here's my very late review of it. So what did I think of 73 Yards? Well, I did enjoy it for the most part. Millie Gibson did a great job of basically leading this episode. It truly was her time to shine as an actor. Given how young she was when this episode was filmed, she was just 18 at the time, and how this was the first episode she had done for the show, I think she should be commended for just how much of a great, powerful performance she put into it. I think the rest of the cast did really well in this episode as well, especially Michelle Greenidge as Carla. The way she just turns on Ruby after hearing whatever the woman said, and then runs away from her, makes for a truly awful and heartbreaking moment, as is the bit where she changes the locks to prevent Ruby from getting into the flat, and says that Ruby isn't even her daughter. It's just so gut-wrenching and helps convey how despairing the situation Ruby is in. The whole episode had this spooky, unnerving and mysterious feeling running throughout it. It was great to watch an episode of Doctor Who and be constantly confused as to what was going on. I understand why some fans didn't like how ambiguous and open to interpretation the episode's ending and meaning as a whole were. It can definitely be a bit frustrating to spend 45 minutes wanting some answers as to what the hell is going on, only for us to not get them. But I think Russell had the right idea with this. It allows us to make up our own interpretations and theories as to what it all meant, and not just accept an explanation that could feel rushed and nonsensical. Personally, I think whatever the woman said to the other characters had something to do with Ruby. Perhaps it's something like, she will do terrible things, or she is not all that she seems. It would certainly have to be something pretty terrible for her adopted mother Carla to turn against her. It was good to see Gemma Redgrave back as Kate Stewart again, even if we literally only saw her 6 months ago in The Giggle. I think my main issue with this episode is just how rushed the Roger Ap Gwilliam subplot felt. The whole thing unfolded over just 10 to 15 minutes of the episode's 45-minute runtime, which meant that it didn't really have the time or room to truly breathe and flesh itself out. Russell could have really lent more into the political satire of it, and explore just how such a monster as Roger could infect and abuse the system. He did something like it with the Vivian Rook in Years and Years, so I'm kind of surprised he didn't do it here. I also feel like the whole sexual abuse aspect with Marty was a bit too glossed over. It felt like Ruby was essentially ignoring what this poor woman had gone through at the hands of Roger, so that she could focus on what she needed to do. Now, I get that Ruby might have been waiting for the perfect moment to defeat Roger, by scaring him off with having him stand next to the woman. But I feel like Ruby could have offered Marty some kind of support in that moment. I think it would have been best if this whole Roger Ap Gwilliam plot was made into its own episode, or if 73 Yards had been a two-parter. I know that it might not have felt like that much of a Doctor Who episode if it had been on its own, and that there might have not been enough material to fill a 45-minute runtime. But I think it could have been a lot more impactful and meaning if Russell had given it more time. Perhaps it could have been something as simple as giving 73 yards another 10 to 15 minutes in length. The only other negative I have to say is that I don't think the aging makeup they put on Millie's face for when Ruby turns 40 was very effective or realistic. I mean, sure, 40 isn't that old, but I thought the wrinkles could have been a little more pronounced and clearer to see. But the makeup team still did a good job, don't get me wrong. I'm just basically nitpicking at this point, really. So I would have to give 73 yards an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a great doctorless experimental type of episode, but I think there were a few too many ideas for it to try and cover in its limited 45-minute runtime. I do wish we could move away from that format, as I feel like it does sometimes have a detrimental effect on the episodes themselves. But anyway, so there's my review of 73 yards. But what did you think? Did you enjoy the episode or not? And did you agree with my ranking and thoughts? Please let me know in the comments section below. Anyway, so thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to press that subscribe button below, as well as press that bell icon at the side of it, so that you'll stay notified of when all my new videos come out. This channel currently has 2,052 subscribers as of time of writing and recording this video, but if we can get to 2,500 by the end of this year, then I will do a Q&A where you can ask me whatever questions you want. Just keep them polite, please. Also, please rate and comment below your thoughts on all of this, and please feel free to donate to my Ko-fi page, link in the description, or send me a YouTube super thanks below if you want to, of course. And I shall see you all in another video. So until next time, bye bye.